Welcome to another episode of Sons of Thunder. And just so that everybody knows, happy Easter, right?
Yeah.
We were going to do an Easter video.
But then Biden stepped in and made us do something different.
What is this, man? He messes up everything.
Yeah.
So something dropped just today, but there's actually news that it might have dropped earlier. We'll talk about it, but it's ruining Easter.
Yeah.
We're supposed to be talking about the resurrection of Jesus Christ, and this happens.
Instead we're talking about transgender.
Transgender on Easter?
Yeah. Well, Biden dropped this announcement that Easter is actually transgender day,
visibility or something like that.
Yeah. And
I guess they were invisible until now.
Yeah, we can't see them. Yeah. We don't know that they exist. If you could bring up the quote that he put out for us. Yeah. He said, "Now, therefore, I, Joseph R. Biden Jr., President of the United States of America, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Constitution and laws of the United States, do hereby proclaim March 31st, 2024 as Transgender Day of Visibility. I call upon all Americans to join us in lifting up the lives and voices of transgender people throughout our nation and to work toward eliminating violence and discrimination based on gender identity."
Are you kidding me? Well, okay, Now, first of all, why is he doing this specifically for Easter?
Yeah, that's.
This is getting the closest thing to blasphemy without actually saying anything against God Himself. But we're doing this on Easter so that nobody can celebrate Easter. We have to think about these idiots.
Well, yeah. The thing is, you can make anything a day. I mean, there's National Beer Day and National Cheese Day and National, I don't know.
Is there a National Popeyes Day?
Yeah, there probably is. I don't know. Nobody cares for the most part. But you're putting it on Easter.
Yeah. The day our God rose from the dead.
Yeah. And even if they don't believe in Jesus they don't believe in our God, why do they have to insult us like this?
Now, they've been trying to take away Easter for a very long time. Colleges and schools will take spring break when it used to just be called Easter break. And they'll actually take it the week before Easter so that it's not, Easter weekend and anything like that.
Yeah.
So they've been already trying to take it away, but people will still say Happy Easter to you, even if they're not believers.
Well, regardless, I tell you what. Let's hear the justification that he makes for it himself. Now, this is from 2022 when he announced the same thing. Only this time it was not on Easter. That's why nobody knows about it. At any rate, I thought a clip would be a little bit more easy to watch than reading through the text of what he said this year. So, if you would roll that, please, Skeeter.
To everyone celebrating Transgender Day of Visibility, I want you to know that your president sees you. Jill, Kamala, Doug, our entire administration sees you for who you are, made in the image of God and deserving of dignity, respect, and support. But we know it's hard when there are those out there who don't see you and don't respect you. For example.
Okay. So it's allegedly because people out there, he's doing this because people don't see these people.
We see them all over the place.
Yeah.
They're like roaches. How can we not see them?
They're seen.
They're all over the place, destroying things and messing things up.
We're changing the language for them and the definition of what it means to be a human being.
Oh, so they weren't a human? We now have to call them humans?
Oh, well, they are human beings. The problem is that we have to define human beings differently, as in what's a male and what's a female. Well, now nobody knows anymore.
I specifically hate it that he said in the image of God. He doesn't even know who God is.
Well, he doesn't know who God is.
They just told him, you make sure you say this.
Yeah, well, he's supposedly...
And then you try to ruin the day that he rose from the dead.
He's supposedly a devout Catholic.
And devout.
Yeah, he's supposedly a devout Catholic who doesn't go to church and thinks that Easter ought to be Transgender Day.
I'm sure he doesn't know what the word devout means.
All right.
Then.
If you can go on there, Skeeter.
The onslaught of anti-transgender state laws, attacking you and your families. It's simply wrong. This administration is standing up for you against all these hateful bills, and we're committed to advancing.
All right.
Wait, what bills are hateful against them?
Yeah, well, here's the things that he and his the left and his administration calls hateful bills. Restrictions on gender affirming care for minors. That means that there are people propose laws, mostly in red states, that don't want underage people receiving puberty blockers, for instance.
Oh wow, that's actually good. You don't want to destroy your body.
Yeah, and they don't want them to certainly get double mastectomies and that sort of thing.
Is that a way? So that's a way that we didn't see them beforehand. Now they're visible.
Yeah, I know, but see, that's hateful to not want minors to have that sort
That's
of thing.
hateful to not want to destroy a child's body. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, there other hateful laws consist of some states have laws that don't permit men to play in women's sports. That's hateful, apparently, because they don't want guys playing in women's sports. Laws that limit classroom instruction on LGBTQ plus whatever the alphabet.
I just saw that acronym the other day, and I saw that they added more letters.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's hateful that we don't want to instruct children on how they can't know whether they're really a boy or a girl yet, and who knows what one is. There's also laws being introduced that don't force teachers and students to use preferred pronouns.
If all these things were rules and laws that have already been passed, then we knew that they were around, right? We knew these people were around. What do we need the visibility day for? Like, we didn't know that they were here before.
Yeah, and then and then there's they think that laws that dictate which restrooms males and females can use, that's also hate against transgender people.
Hate, but we recognize them. How do we recognize them if we didn't know it before?
Yeah.
I hate this visibility day.
But I mean, how is it hateful to say that boys should use the boys' room and girls should use the girls' room? How is it hateful that athletes, women, don't have to undress in front of guys? Well, men. They may consider themselves women, but they're men. Why is that hate?
The two things that really piss me off about all this, okay, is one, he's acting like we didn't see them before, and now there's a day we can see them, okay? And the second thing is that he's doing it on Easter. Why Easter?
Yeah, that's a big deal about it, and what we're going to get to.
I mean, we're only visible on the day that we destroy Christians for? Like, what's the point?
Yeah, and I don't get it either. They're very, very visible.
Yeah,
and also they one of the hateful laws is that they're restricting children, or some states would like to restrict children from seeing drag performances in front of minors.
I would love that. Yeah. I wish I could have a law so that I couldn't see drag performances.
So let's just take a look at what drag performances look like in front of children. If you would show the person photo there, please, Skeeter. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. That's needed.
Look at these kids. First off, do you really want children to be around this stuff?
Do I want children around?
Does any
black prison Bubba in a picnic get up? No, I don't. No. The answer's no.
The bearded guy in a flowery dress is rather amusing, but those children look more confused and disturbed to me for the most part.
I'm disturbed.
This just. Why do we need to introduce children to this stuff? Why is this a good thing? I don't get it.
Well, Sean, they've been invisible since this whole time.
Yeah, we can't see them. They're blend in like they're wearing camouflage.
I just see kids.
Yeah, I know. I can't see them
until Easter.
They're
when Easter comes, I'll see Bubba come back.
Yeah. Well, put the next one up, Skeeter, if you would, please.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
What is that?
That is an actual picture, and this guy, his junk was out, but it's been censored. Yeah.
Blurred.
Yeah, the guy had to show up that way and had to know what was going to happen. Look,
Why is he wearing like a high SpongeBob t-shirt or something?
well, that doesn't bother me so much as he's got a skirt on and no underwear in front of children. Yeah, but it is a travesty that he's putting SpongeBob into it.
I don't even know what that is. It looks like SpongeBob on speed or something. What?
Yeah, and so
kids need to see men's junk, SpongeBob on speed, and a guy that doesn't even really know what he's doing around kids. Look, this is ridiculous.
yeah, well, it's more than ridiculous. It's awful and perverse. Look, I'm not saying that all all drag shows would be precisely like that. I'm sure some of them they attempt to be wholesome and not so obscene and not so absurd. I'm sure that they do. But these people are people that, frankly, I think have mental problems and they shouldn't be performing around kids.
But then again, what do I know? They've been invisible this whole time. So
Yeah, I've never seen them anywhere.
yeah, we don't see
Yeah.
them.
All right. If you would continue with the video of Biden Skeeter.
And we're committed to advancing transgender equality in the classroom, on the playing field, at work, in our military, in our housing and healthcare systems, everywhere, simply everywhere. Today, we're announcing even more steps, but there's always more work to do to end the epidemic of violence against transgender women of color and girls of color.
What violence? Who is coming against these people and hurting them?
Yeah, and he plays loose and hard with the facts. He just does. He says that there's specifically he has to defend against violence against transgender women of color.
Yeah.
The fact is,
So we got to put the race card in, even when this has nothing to do with
that's
race.
right, because they have
Yeah.
always got to be the saviors of race. But the fact is that people of color experience violence at higher rates. Period.
Well,
It
that's
doesn't
because
matter whether they're transgender or not.
We've been visible since the beginning of time. They've been invisible.
All right, if you'd go on, please.
To ensure transgender seniors can age with dignity, and to finally pass a bipartisan Equality Act to help transgender persons.
All right.
Is he one of these transgender men of dignity? Because he ain't aging gracefully.
Perhaps. No, I don't want to say that. That's
Yeah,
not right.
yeah.
But the Equality Act that he wants to pass, by the way, would make it illegal to say that only women compete in women's sports. So it's hateful if you don't allow trans women, that is to say, guys, participate in women's sports. The other thing that it would do is it would end the debate about trans women, that is to say, guys, in women's and girls' locker rooms and bathrooms.
Yeah, which is dangerous. It's just quite frankly dangerous.
It's dangerous and it's just obscene and it's bad.
I mean,
for everyone involved.
I am not supposed to do this because, we're supposed to be talking about Easter, so we're supposed to be talking about our God. And what our God told us is not to be perverts and not to be, going, sex offenders and stuff like that. So I wouldn't do this. But what's stopping me right now to going to any restaurant and just walk into a woman's bathroom? What's stopping me?
Well, you'd have to say that you're.
No, I don't have to say anything.
Feel like
how dare you second guess what I want to do? Who I am.
You're a woman of color in that instance, which makes you
right.
double protected. If you had a disability or something, then you'd have a trifecta.
Yeah, I got a disability.
Yeah, you're you're disabled for sure. All right, continue, please.
Around the world live free from discrimination and violence. Above all, to be there with you. To parents of transgender children, affirming your child's identity is one of the most powerful things you can do to keep them safe and healthy. To any transgender American who's.
The most powerful thing that you can do is to encourage your child to be transgender.
Yeah, to destroy the body. I mean,
this is messed
up. In his defense, it is powerful to destroy someone's body, but
destroy their
mentality. It's literally taking something from a child, so that's not really that powerful then, I guess, huh?
I don't know what to say about it except I don't know how I can convince anyone who doesn't see that this is insane, that it is insane. I mean, if you can't see how this is wrong and how it's harmful to children, then I don't know what I can say to you that will convince you.
Probably nothing, because they don't see in logic, right?
Not even in common sense. If you would continue, please.
Struggling, please know that you're not alone. To parents and children alike, please ask for help and know this: you're so brave, you belong, and we have your back. God bless you all. Be brave.
This is what the left and the Democrats always do. When they're urging you to go against God and all sanity and common sense, they tell you that it is brave.
Yeah, no. I have to put out the black and white situation we have here. He keeps on bringing up God, but the people that he's saying he's protecting don't even give a damn about God. So why are we saying, may God bless you? They don't care about it. They don't believe in a God. They don't care about a God. And if anything, they just want to destroy what this God has come down with rules and safety of people.
It's just a lame appeal to try to win people over, to say that, oh yeah, well, we're for God. We love God too. And you people who don't love these transgender people, you're just evil. Look, I have nothing against transgender people, and frankly, the struggle for their rights. What rights do they don't have?
They have the same rights that all of
They
them
have the same rights that we all do. They can get employment, they can have housing, they can get health care and all that stuff. But except that they define health care as sexual reassignment.
Yep.
I think that's, at best, it's more like cosmetic surgery. It's not health care.
So we should call this cosmetic surgery visibility day then.
Yeah, these people want to look a certain way to satisfy some certain sexual proclivities they have.
Well, I'm glad we can finally see them now, because these men and women were walking around and they were invisible to that guy who was showing his junk to the kids. That was invisible. The kid didn't see it until Easter.
Yeah, well, I mean, and the big problem with all this is, again, they can have their day. I don't care. There's all kind of stupid days for every stupid thing you can imagine. But Biden officially proclaimed Easter Sunday to be Transgender Day of Visibility. And I understand that it's always on the 31st. Okay. And Sunday, the date varies.
Yeah, this year, Easter is on this day. And you're saying that video came out years ago.
Yeah, that video came out in 2022, and nobody noticed it because, you know why? It didn't come out on Easter Day.
Yeah.
He could have proclaimed it any other day that he wanted to, but this shows where his values and his sympathies lie.
Yeah, and he put that letter out that we started with to make sure everybody knows that Easter is this year, and this year we're making sure it's Transgender Day, right?
And and if you remember at the beginning of the video, he said, on this day, we celebrate transgender visibility.
Yeah, we don't
not Easter.
Yeah, we don't celebrate the resurrection. Let's even get away from, and I hate to say this, but let's just for a second forget Easter has anything to do with Jesus and his resurrection, which that's what the whole thing's about. But people who don't even believe or care about that, your kid who wants candy and Easter bunny and is going on an Easter hunt for plastic Easter eggs.
Yeah.
No, it's Transgender Day.
Oh yeah, it's like they've turned it upside down. It comes as the White House drew controversy. I'm quoting from an article. It comes as the White House drew controversy ahead of its annual Easter egg roll event, which will include submissions of festively decorated eggs painted by children of National Guard troops. Now, here's the kicker. National Guard families taking part were told their entries won't be counted if they include questionable content, quotes.
What, like a cross?
Yeah. Including, this is the questionable content here, religious symbols or overtly religious themes.
Okay.
So we can't have a cross on an egg at Easter in the White House. Because that's offensive, man.
Right.
Yeah.
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 But we're made in God's image, and God bless you, and all this stuff, and
yeah, but it's a slap in the face. They are overtly anti-Christian,
and they're doing it to the whole public and saying we're perfectly fine with it, and you better not be fine with Jesus and the cross and resurrection on Easter.
So Easter is Transgender Visibility Day, but it is certainly not anything to do with Christ being reresurrected.
Yeah, which is as close as blasphemy as I think you can get.
I love what Matt Walsh had to say. Here was his comment on this whole situation. He said, I have as low an opinion of Biden as you can possibly have, and yet this is so outrageously evil that I had to check to make sure it was real. It is. Our Catholic president has chosen the highest holiday on the Christian calendar to celebrate transgenderism. This man is a demon. I don't know if I'd go so far as to say he's a demon. I don't think he is. I think he's a secularist perverted by leftist cultism.
I think a demon, if they choose to inhabit Joe Biden, would, they're probably the dumbest demon ever. Why would you want to inhabit somebody who can't even remember his own son's death?
Okay.
But I guess now the Easter Bunny is a man and woman, and the eggs that we have are transgender eggs. What do we end with this on here? It's what is Easter? When you think of Easter, whether you're a Christian or you're not, what are you thinking Easter is now?
Well, regardless, it commemorates the Lord's resurrection. Even if you don't believe in it, it's still a Christian holiday. And to turn it into something entirely different is just totally BS.
I have a feeling, though none of my feelings usually go the way they should, but I have a feeling this is just going to stick. Because this is how the world it just gets worse and worse and worse. And we're getting further away from where our founding fathers, I believe our founding fathers were Christian, they did believe in the Bible. It's getting further away from that.
Largely so.
So, all right, well, if you enjoyed this episode and you are angered about it as much as we are, I hope you subscribe and like and check out our next video. It will come out next Monday.